What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and welcome to my legendary sniper rifle showcase for Borderlands 4. Now, we have 13 sniper rifles to go through. As always, I'll have a link to the following spreadsheet, which covers all of the various drop locations in the first line of the description. And let's get started, because a lot of these are actually really good. I think the snipers are probably my favorite category, just because most of them are actually pretty solid. So first up, we have the Borstel Ballista with propagation, and this is one of my absolute favorite guns. I think this is a fantastic gun for boss killing. You can see as we shoot, there is a propagation pattern of the bullets that spiral on out, and so you're not going to see the damage as well on smaller targets like this, but on bosses, this thing is an absolute machine. Those propagations are just going to hit bosses and just chunk entire portions of the health bar off. And what I like so much about this gun is, you know, it doesn't really matter what build you're using. This is a gun that literally any class can pick up, and it's going to pump good damage against the boss, which makes it a phenomenal choice regardless of who you're playing with. And then obviously if you have a sniper-oriented build, it's just going to get better from there. Moving down the list, though, our next Jacobs is the Boomslang Bullet Pollinator. After reloading, the first critical hit ricochets a sticky projectile up to 3 nearby targets. Now, keep in mind, this is a Jacobs, so any critical hits are also going to ricochet and hit nearby targets. But when we reload in particular, if we get a crit, you'll see how we put a little sticky over on the target that will explode. So a decent all-around sniper, you know, we're getting the obvious, the crit ricochet by the fact that it's a Jacobs, and then if you're the type of person that's going to reload a lot, you're getting that little extra bit of sticky damage going out of there. So it's decent, nothing to really, you know, blow me away with this one, but it's still a solid choice regardless. Moving on from there, we have the truck with Fixer Upper, and the truck is going to fire out explosive rounds. So pretty straightforward on this one. When we get a hit, you can see big explosions that are happening. Really bad accuracy at the end there. This thing has 88% accuracy, and somehow I'm missing so many of those headshots. But really satisfying sniper to shoot. This thing just, it feels like it has oomph to it, which I really like. And obviously stuff that's going to increase AoE and increase explosions should also benefit there. Moving on, though, we have the Maliwan guns up next. And first up, we have Asher's Rise with one of the most annoying boss farms possible to get this thing. I absolutely hate having to farm it. But what's really nice about Asher's Rise is we don't have a percentage chance on our elements. Instead, they're applied on critical hit, and they can stack up. So, for example, if we're just sitting here hitting the body, no, we're not getting any crit. Instead, if I'm focusing the face, though, you can see how I'm getting multiple instances of that stacking crit. So especially on enemies that are prone to crits, that have good crit spots, you can really pump a lot of elemental damage out with this thing. Moving down from there, though, next up we have Katagawa's Revenge. And this is actually one of the coolest snipers in the game. I think this thing is incredibly unique. I love the flavor of it. It always comes with fire and shock, so you're getting both flesh and anti-shield as well. So when we are shooting fire on hits, we are creating these little clouds that are then going to fall down and just do damage. Pretty cool. But we swap over to shock, and we are getting storm clouds that are going to zap targets. And I just think that's so cool, man. The unique nature of this one, how we're getting those little storm clouds in the air. That's something I'm a really big fan of. I think it's, you know, I wish more legendaries had super interesting effects like this. Very, very solid choice. And then moving on from there to one of the goated weapons in the game, the Complex Root. Now, Complex Root is one of the craziest sniper rifles available, especially when you get it with elements that you really want. This is one that I actually keep in my loadout at all times. The fire damage on that is absolutely insane. And the Complex Root, the first time you try it, it's not going to seem all that crazy. You're just going to see, you know, these little patterns that fan on out. But those patterns, very similar to the Jacobs with the propagation effect, these are going to absolutely melt bosses. When you're shooting this at a boss that is weak to fire, you are just seeing insane levels of damage. So much so that, like, honestly, you could carry a Borstel as an all-rounder and then get a Complex Root, get one that's, like, say, corrosive and shock, and you're set. You're just, regardless of what you're fighting, you're going to be able to absolutely cook. Moving over to the Order snipers, though. First up, we have the Symmetry. Bilateral, fires from reserve ammo while charging. On this one, you got to be a little careful with. You will very easily burn through your ammunition. So we are charging it up, and while we're charging it up, look at our ammo count. So we're at 9 and 72. While we're charging, you can see our reserve ammo is disappearing, and then we are firing the ammo that is in our clip. And so this one's interesting because like you're getting damage while you're charging, and then you're getting damage when you shoot. But like I said, you're double dipping on your ammunition with this, so you can very quickly run out of ammo if you're not careful. Moving down from there to the next order, we have the Fisheye Ultimate Ratio Regum. Fires wide penetrating triple railgun shots with 40% critical damage.
Someone's ready for the big time! I see one!
Obviously, the penetrating nature is one of the big things with this one, being able to hit multiple targets if you get a line up on them. Moving down from there to the Ripper rifles. First up, the Stray fires 2 secondary bullets that home in on nearby targets. You can see the homing effect is a little weird on this one. If you wanted a sustained fire sniper, this may be just what you're looking for. And moving on to our next sniper rifle, we have another Ripper with the Vamoose. The Vamoose's perk is when we are scoped in here, we're going to fire the entire magazine. Well, actually not scoped in, just when you charge it in general. But what's really nice is the kickback on that is very minimal. So it's pretty easy to control that entire kick to get maximum headshots with it. So pretty cool if you're looking for a burst fire type sniper. Moving on to the Vladov category. First up, we have the stopgap. When firing, fire rate decreases, but damage increases up to 750%. So a huge, huge potential damage increase with this one. Yeah, both full auto as well as an underbarrel shotgun. It's the type of sniper rifle you really need to stay trained on an enemy because you want to get up to where you're maintaining that that maximum fire bonus there with it to really see the potential of it. Moving on from there, the Midnight Defiance. On hit, additional projectiles spawn from nearby enemies. It's a little bit hard to even see it happening. Macro rocket as well. I think the dummies just may not be close enough to really see this one in action, regrettably. Oh, there we go. We can kind of see him spawning from that guy. No, I don't. Yeah. It's a goofier one, but I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm not a fan of sniper rifles that are firing in a full auto type pattern like that. I think it just, you end up missing a lot of stuff. Lastly, we have the Finnity XXX-L. Does not consume ammo while overheating. Another one in the Ripper category. And so this one is kind of cool if you ever wanted a sniper to have a baby with a minigun. The basic idea is we want to get to overheat, and then it's just managing that overheat as long as possible. So if you are doing a build that helps to prolong the overheat, there's actually a really, really high damage potential with this one, just because, you know, as long as it's overheating, you're not going to be spending any ammo. So never thought I'd see the day where a minigun barrel and a sniper decided to get married and have a child, but here it is. Regardless, that is going to wrap things up on our legendary coverage. Now, I have had some folks asking if I'm going to do coverage of things like the repair kits or the shields or the class mods. I considered it, but honestly, I feel like a lot of those effects are apparent just from, you know, reading the description. This one, rep kit's duration is increased by 100%, cooldown creation is increased by 50%. Fireworks on kill spawns missiles that home in, and, you know, whereas a lot more of the guns, some stuff is obscure. Some guns, you know, like Pathetic, you need to know what it does or look it up. but I feel like it's a little bit harder to showcase the healing kits. So I probably won't cover this particular stuff, but the weapons especially, because some of them are really unique, I felt they were better to showcase. But either way, we are going to wrap things up there for our legendary coverage. Thanks for coming on by. Let me know what sniper rifle was your best, and I'll catch y'all next time.